So something I've been noticing recently is people taking buy and sell signals on the 5-minute time frame using Heikin Ashi candles with no price action whatsoever involved and wondering why they're losing trades, right? So obviously, if you're entering these trades, you're going to lose pretty much every single one of these trades, right? This buy signal doesn't confirm until you're up here. All right, well, we already lost that trade. We get another sell signal, which goes the opposite direction. You'd actually make more money trading the opposite of these signals in this market condition on the 5-minute time frame. If you're not profitable on a higher time frame, there's absolutely no reason you should be trying to scalp on the 5-minute time frame, especially when the market looks like this and you're just strictly following the signals. I created Easy Algo, specifically the buy and sell signals, as a way to monitor my long-term holdings on a 2 to 3 day time frame, really a 1 day and above time frame. So really, you shouldn't be following the signals to a T, especially if you're on a 5-minute time frame, unless you're using price action as well to help you. Now, when the market looks like this and you're taking these trades, you're not going to be profitable. So what I want to be covering in this video is the number one strategy. If you can learn any strategy, all right, forget every other video that you've ever watched on price action, on trading, whatever it may be. There's a ton of bullshit out there. So this is the only one that you need to learn, all right? Seriously, the only one. If you can master this trading strategy, you can trade any asset on any time frame, and you can be extremely, extremely profitable. I'm sure most of you know Grail Trading in the Discord, right? He's the one that's actually setting up the bots that are going to come out pretty soon. More info on that later. But he has used this strategy, right? Even on a lower time frame, like on a 5-minute time frame, to make some incredible numbers. Now, he compounds his trades when he does this. But he has turned, a few $100s into, like, I can't even say the amount because you wouldn't believe it. And I verified this, right? So this strategy works, and it is catching swing failure patterns. But to do this, we're going to go to the regular Japanese candles, and we're going to go on the 1 hour time frame. Now, the sensitivity does not matter because we're actually not going to be using the buy and sell signals at all. All right, you shouldn't be just following the buy and sell signals unless you're on a higher time frame and you're using Heikin Ashi candles, but you still need price action to confirm, right? So turn the buy and sell signals off. We're going to keep everything else on, all right? We're going to turn the trend ribbon off too. Reversals, we're going to turn pretty much everything off, okay? And we're going to go into our Easy Algo SR, and we're going to turn off the zones, all right? The strength can stay at 2. Everything can stay default. We're just going to remove the zones, all right? The reason for that is because we're going to be catching swing failure patterns. So I know a lot of you already know what swing failure patterns are and use them in your day-to-day trading, but a lot of you are new and don't know what they are. So swing failure pattern is a failure of a point or a level. So it can be a failure of, let's say, a candlestick high or an Easy Algo support level. Now, in the new V5 update, we have brand new support and resistance levels. And the cool thing about these new levels is that we actually incorporated the candlestick high and low. So right off the bat, if you're looking for a spot to catch a swing failure pattern, just look at the most recent high candle wick right here, or the candle wick low, which is down here. Now, what you're going to be doing on the 1 hour time frame is waiting for price to come above an Easy Algo resistance level, right? Let's say price goes up from here, comes above this high level, and then goes back down. You're going to enter that short position on the retrace of the candle, right? So not the candle close. You're going to enter on the retrace. So right here, when it breaks back below that resistance level, you're going to enter a short position, and you're going to keep a super tight stop loss. Like 0.5% on a lot of altcoins I find works well. And you can pretty much target this next support level down here. This is how I've been able to make 400 to 500% gains in a few hours, right? It's possible, guys. If you're using 50 to 100x leverage, which I actually would recommend, you can make some incredible gains. Now, obviously, don't risk more than 2 to 3% of your overall account. But if you can master this one strategy, it will pay off big time, right? There's a user in the Discord. Shout out to OZ. He's been in the Discord for a few months now, and he started losing trades. He was down a ton in his portfolio, and he uses swing failures of the Easy Algo levels and swing failures of the Golden Pocket. That's his whole trading strategy. If you can't describe your trading strategy in 1 or 2 sentences, you really need to reevaluate. Yes, in the Discord, we have 28 proven and back-tested strategies, but this is the main one that I want you all to learn. Because it's so simple with the Easy Algo levels, like it really is. All you're doing is waiting for price to come above a level and then break back below it and entering a short on the way down. There's so many videos out there of 90% winning trading strategy, following signals, etc., etc. That's cool, right? But the reason the strategy works so well is because it involves price action, right? All of my favorite and most profitable strategies include price action. And that goes for indicators as well, right? I'm a big fan of indicators overall. Obviously, I have my own easy algo, but the reason so many new traders fail is because they get indicators that don't help them with price action. Sorry to say, but if you just want to follow buy and sell signals and get stupid rich, that's not realistic, right? That's not real. So you need to include price action, which is what we've done in this new update. We've just made it so simple. So I'm going to go in backtest mode and show you guys real time how you can take these trades. All right. So I went back a week or so. And we're going to pretend like we're trading this, right? So first things first on easy algo, I see we have this support level down here, right? But that's pretty far down. I want to get in a trade sooner. So something else I noticed is that we have this low candle wick down here. So I'm going to go Alt H, right? Draw a horizontal line, and we'll change that to blue. Because that is a support level, right? So right off the bat, I'd be looking to catch a swing failure at this level. Also, I see we have two other resistance levels above us where we can take a possible swing failure pattern. So I'm going to let this play out, and we're going to pretend like we're trading this. So price is going up, and there we go. That is where we enter the long position. So if you missed that, I'm going to go back. I actually didn't know that was happening so soon. I haven't looked over this before, by the way. This is just a random coin that I saw. I think someone posted it in the Discord. So I haven't traded this. I don't know what to expect, really. I'm just going back and showing you guys the trades I would have taken, right? So we're going to play this. We saw that huge bearish candle come out of nowhere, and it actually broke below this candle wick. And on the retrace back up, we're going to enter that long position. Now, why does this strategy work so well? This works so well because you're grabbing liquidity, right? There's a ton of liquidity in this zone. If you look left, right, there's been some price action in this area before, and there are still buyers down here that didn't get filled from this wick. So when price drops down, it's actually picking up those orders and then pumping back up. So that's why this strategy works. We're going to enter that long position as price is retracing. We don't enter on the closure of the candle, right? We do not enter on the closure of the candle. And if you wanted to, you can go down to, let's say, a 15-minute time frame and catch a swing failure on the 15-minute time frame. We see we have this easy algo support level here on the 15-minute time frame as well. And that is a swing failure of this low wick, like I said. So you could enter on the retrace going back up, right? But for simplicity purposes, we're going to stick to the 1 hour time frame because that's what I would recommend. Now, you've already made 1.5%. So if you're putting in, let's say, $200 on 100x leverage, well, you just made, what, 1.5x that initial amount. So you're sitting at around $300 profit from that trade, right? And really, we'd be targeting this level here as our first take profit, right? This would be our first take profit. And then up here would be our second take profit. But we move our stop loss to break even as quickly as possible. So really, our stop loss at this point would be under this candle. So right here is our stop loss. We've already locked in some profit. And here is a better view. This can be our first take profit right here. All right, and we smashed through that first take profit. Now we're up around 2.5%. We're going to move our stop loss right below this support level in case it comes back down to retest. And there it is. It did retest. And we would have been stopped out right there. So that was the first winning trade. We'll say we entered right here. Our stop loss was somewhere around there, and we got stopped out somewhere around here. All right, so that was our first winning trade at a 4.5 to 4 risk to reward ratio. Another reason the strategy works so well is because the risk to reward is so insanely high. So if you get stopped out 1 or 2 times, all you need to do is catch one of these to make it all back, right? So now what I'd be looking for is a swing failure of one of these easy algo resistance levels, preferably this high level right here. So we're gonna let this play out. All right, so on that candle, we'd enter a short position. Guys, it's literally like clockwork, all right? It's literally like clockwork, especially if you're in a higher time frame. We're gonna keep our stop loss at, let's say, 0.4%, all right? And now we're already in the trade, and you know, how much were we at? We were up over 1% at one point. And we're going to let this play out. All right, moving your stop loss probably would have got stopped out somewhere around here, right? So again, a 3 risk to reward ratio over 1% move. If you're using 50 to 100x leverage, that's a 100% move in just, you know, a few hours, right? And we're just going to let this play out. See, we get that sell signal. I'd be looking for a swing failure of this level right now. So at this point, I'd be looking for a swing failure of this level to come down and then enter a long position on the retrace back up. So let's see if that plays out. Right there, boom, that is our entry. Barely touched that support level, so you most likely would have missed this entry. So we're gonna let this play out more. All right, and right there is where we're gonna enter, all right? Beautiful swing failure pattern, comes right below that support level. And we're going to enter on the retrace, or you can just set limit orders on high leverage, but get in the hang of entering on the retrace. So, again, this is almost a 4 risk to reward ratio. Our stop loss is at break even at this point. All right, and came back down again, so most likely would have got stopped out at break even. All right, we're going to enter again. Still a swing failure of this level. All right, and now you're up over 2% on this bullish candle. So we came back down, retested that resistance level. That's also a breakout and retest, which is another one of the strategies in the Discord. So that can be your first take profit right there. Maybe you're moving your stop loss up as you go. Again, peaked at almost 3%, right? So you can see just how powerful this strategy is. And something else that just occurred is we formed this resistance level up here with this candlestick high. So I'd also be looking for us to come up here and swing failure that candlestick high for a double top. All right, we would have got stopped out in profit at that point. So really the win rate on this, if we're including break evens, is somewhere around 90%. If you can really get this down and get in the hang of moving your stop loss to break even fairly quickly, you're not going to see many losing trades with this, right? You might get a few break evens, that's normal, or maybe very, very small losses, but a majority of these trades will be winning trades, like I said, especially if you're on the 1 hour time frame. Again, right, came down to the support level. We would have entered this long position. This would have been a break even trade, right? Price goes up around only 0.3%. Most likely you would have moved your stop loss to break even at that point. So that would have been a break even trade. And now we've lost that support level. So at this point, I would be expecting us to come back down and try to catch a swing failure of one of these two levels. Like I said, I don't know what's going to happen. I haven't looked back before I started this video, but we shall see. All right, there we go. Breaks down. And there we go, right? So we had a perfect swing failure of this first easy algo level, right? This first easy algo level right there. Beautiful swing failure pattern. Was up over 1% at one point. Look at that risk to reward, right? 5 risk to reward. And you should be taking profits on the way up, or at least moving your stop loss to break even, or maybe taking half. There's a ton of ways to take profit, but just get in the hang of entering these trades. Because like I said, when you hit a big, 4 to 5%er, that could be 400 to 500% of whatever you put in that trade within a day, right? Or within a few hours. And I should preface, right? Price could swing failure this level within the hour, right? Price could swing failure this level within the hour and then come back down and hit our stop loss, right? So we might have lost 0.2% on that trade. So there are very, very small losses. But when you're consistent with this strategy, you definitely will have a lot more wins than losses. All right, so now we're going to look and we're going to try to catch a swing failure of this bottom level right here. Right, seems to be consolidating a little bit, forming some sort of support right here. Immediately, I see we have this low candlestick, which I'm going to draw a horizontal line, and we're going to look to swing failure this candlestick low or this candlestick high up here, right? Which is also right next to an easy algo resistance level. So these are the areas I'm looking to swing fail. This one and these two up here. All right, so we're getting close, but we don't enter until it crosses above and then comes back down. So right there is where we're going to enter. Boom. So we'd enter on one of these lines. We'll say the top one, the easy algo resistance level, and we're going to enter on the retrace. Keep a tight stop loss, already up over 8%. Look at that risk to reward. At this point, our stop loss would be at break even, and now we're going to hold the trade, maybe take some profits, but ideally we're going to target this easy algo support level down here. So we're going to see what happens. All right, so a stop out at break even for the second take profit. But that's okay. We were up at one point over 1.5%. So you might be going in on 100x leverage, and you might be happy with a 1.5% gain. Like I said, I like to try to catch the big moves, so I'll hold it. And we're going to re-enter, right, because it's another swing failure of this level. All right, so we're going to re-enter that trade. Stop loss is at break even now. All right, and now we are in the money, right, up over 3.5%. Can take some profit here. Ideally, we want to take profit at this support level, and I think we'll get it. And there we go, boom. So came right back down, took profit. That's a 4.5% move. So on 100x leverage, that's a 450% move. I've done this before, guys. When I'm trading, this is a very frequent strategy that I use. Grail trading does the same thing. So this is a very powerful strategy, and you'll notice what happened. We came right back down to this easy algo support level, right? That was already there in advance. And it was also a swing failure of this candlestick low, right? So you're going to enter on the retrace of that swing failure, going back up enter that long position. All right, and look at, we're already up over 1.5%. At this point, our stop loss is going to be at break even, and we're going to target ideally this resistance level all the way back up here. So let's see what happens and hit that take profit. Beautiful move, another almost 5% move. Now, when you're compounding, right, this is the power of compounding. Let's say you got both of these moves in a row. Now, if you're a beginner, I wouldn't recommend compounding. I don't even really compound that much myself, but this is something you could do. If you're on 100x leverage, right, putting $100 in, let's say, just 100 on 100x leverage, you would have made 4.5% on that move. So now you're sitting at, all right, you made 450. Now you're sitting at 550, and you just 5x'd it on this one trade. Right, so you just went from $550 to almost $3,000. So really, in 2 moves, you almost 30x'd your entire portfolio, and possibly even more if you kept holding. But that's not super realistic. But that's the power of compounding swing failure patterns as well. And this is on the 1 hour time frame, right? Altcoins are great, crypto is great. This works well with Forex as well, although I will say Forex is a little bit more difficult. But this works very, very well on cryptocurrency. So definitely be sure to try this strategy out. I think you guys have seen enough to where you can get started and do this yourself. The new Easy Algo support levels are just on the money, and especially since we've added the high and low candlestick wicks to the code, it is just money, guys. So please try this out. Master this one strategy. If you can do this, you will be a profitable trader until the day you die. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you learned something. If you did, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more trading content, and I'll see you guys next video.